Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rodel Francisco Alegado of the Cagayan State University in the Philippines. I am here to present to you my study titled Perceived Effects of Classroom Management Strategies on Students' Diversity Conditions. I shall be presenting four valuable sections in this study from its purpose until we get to the needed recommendations for possible actions needed to address various concerns. While classroom arrangement is not a guarantee of good students' behavior, poor classroom planning can create conditions that lead to problems in the management. And for a teacher to properly and effectively manage the classroom, he must be able to always observe all the students and to monitor work and behavior, and the students should be able to see the teacher and the presentation area without undue turning or movement. Teachers should identify expectations for students' behavior and communicate those expectations to the students. However, teachers should not develop classroom rules which he himself is unwilling to enforce because desirable student behavior may vary depending on the activity. On the other hand, diverse student learners include students from racially, ethnically, culturally, and linguistically diverse families and communities of lower socioeconomic status. The classroom management is an integral part of teaching. Good classroom management establishes an atmosphere which permits activities to be carried on efficiently and economically. It ensures wise use of the teachers and the pupils' time, efforts, and energies, including the careful use of the physical facilities of the school. This study determined the perceptions of the students on the classroom management strategies of the teachers. Specifically, this study sought answers to the following questions. What is the profile of the second year Bachelor of Elementary Education students in terms of gender, household size, educational attainment of parents, and the occupation of parents, and the monthly family income? How do the students assess the classroom management strategies of teachers in terms of learning environment and individual differences? How do the students perceive the effects of classroom management strategies of teachers on students' diversity conditions? This study will be helpful to the teachers, for they will see how the students would assess their classroom management strategies. And for the administrators, it may help them in crafting policies that may create diverse types of learning activities that would help their students develop in all aspects. And for future researchers, it will helpfully provide them with framework as a guide for the conduct of similar studies with wider scope in the future. This study made use of the descriptive survey method, where it adopted complete enumeration, taking all the students enrolled in the Bachelor of Elementary Education for academic year 2016-2017, and adopted questionnaire from the study of Francisco Beltran was the instrument being used. In gathering the data, The adopted questionnaire was used as the primary data gathering instrument. The researcher asked the assistance of the dean of the college prior to the distribution of the instrument. The objectives of the research was presented to the target respondents as well as highlighting that all information gathered will be treated with utmost confidentiality. The questionnaire was distributed to the target respondents, after which the questionnaires were retrieved for data analysis and interpretation. The, prof the profile characteristics of the student respondents were analyzed using the frequency counts and percentages, while weighted means were used to describe the classroom management strategies of the teachers. The following scale and their corresponding descriptive equivalents were used in describing the perceptions of the students: excellent, very satisfactory, satisfactory, fair, and poor, and the other, highly affected, affected, uncertain, not affected, and not at all affected. As for the result, of the total respondents, there were only 8 or 9.88 are males, while there are 73 or 90.12% who are females. This means that in the teaching profession, the females are the dominating group. In terms of household size, this figure shows that the family size is quite large. From this figure, data show that majority of the students are from families with incomes below the poverty threshold level. This implies that their family is making minimal amount of money to support their own subsistence. In this next figure, it shows that both the fathers and the mothers of the respondents acquired only a minimal number of years in attaining their own formal education. And it can be gleaned in the presented figure that majority of the parents are self-employed, although there are many who are employed in the government service and some are overseas Filipino workers. This means that their parents have their own ways to acquire potential income to support their own families at large. There are two aspects of classroom management where the teachers were rated very satisfactory by the students. These are the cleanliness and positive reinforcement. This indicates that the teachers teaching in the BE Ed program of the College of Teacher Education at the Cagayan State University at Sanchez Mira are very particular with cleanliness. This is a part of the campus initiative of cleanliness and proper waste management. In fact, all rooms are required with trash cans or bins for proper waste disposal. In terms of positive reinforcement, teachers are kind enough to praise students for their good accomplishments. It is a part of the training of the teachers on inclusivity to extend positive reinforcement to students regardless of whoever they are. The ventilation, lighting, security, classroom size are all beyond the control of the teachers. It is the responsibility of the university to provide such services for the welfare of the students. Hence, the teachers were just being rated satisfactory in these areas. The seating arrangement and classroom displays were likewise rated satisfactory, which denotes a room for improvement on the said aspects. In this table, it presents the classroom management strategies of the teachers based on individual differences. It can be observed that all the indicators were rated satisfactory. Although the ratings are good enough, there is still a room for improvement. This implies further that the teachers may not be sensitive enough to consider individual differences in their classroom management. Students' diversity includes health condition, maturation, thinking or learning style, faith or belief, human relation, and socio-economic status. The students' mean perceptions reveal that their health condition, maturation, thinking and learning styles, and human relations are highly affected by the classroom management strategies of the teachers. This means that the way the teacher treats their students and the way they perform their duties has a marked effect on many aspects of the students. Knowingly or unknowingly, their actions have impacts on a student's social being and welfare. Based on the findings of this study, the researcher provides the following conclusions. The findings show that the students' interpretation of teachers' classroom management techniques in terms of managing the educational environment and personal characteristics as influenced by different learning groups are only satisfactory. The students believed that the teachers' classroom management techniques had a significant impact on their fitness, maturation, thought and learning styles, and social interactions. The classroom management of the teachers highly affect the students' health condition, maturation, thinking, learning style, and human relations. And for the recommendations, it is recommended that students must be treated disregarding their individual differences. The university must look on the weakest point, especially physical facilities of the campus. Classroom displays must be authentic, attractive, and effective. Moreover, seating arrangements must be effective, considering balance and conduct ability, as well as comfort of the students. The university must fund on providing well-ventilated classrooms to achieve effective learning environment, and that the university or college administrators or school heads should include in their school calendar a training on classroom discipline and management to soon-to-be teachers. Thank you very much.